So somebody on my last video commented that they wanted a tutorial on either how to make this or how to use it, but I'm gonna go with how to make it. So first, let's build the frame, or the screen, and then we're gonna color code each one of them so they all have a different color. So this is the whole screen color coded, and it can be powered if this receives a signal. Now we're going to build the encoder screen. Then for that we're going to need a bunch of variables, and we're going to have to encode each and every variable. We're going to keep the variables data, I guess, right here. So this allows the variables to work. This is necessary for all variables to work. And I'm going to start at the bottom, because then I can just work my way up. Now I already know that's a 4x4, so this is going to end on 16. This is 2, and this is 1. So now, if we take this and click this, it'll equal 14. We go up here, click that, and it'll be 3. Then I'm going to set up the erasing screen over here. Great. Then I'm going to need to set up the frames. 2, 3, and let's just keep it at 3 frames for now. I'm going to color that green, just like the last one. And they are going to be set to variable setters. So this one is going to be 1, this one's going to be 2, and this one's going to be 3. And I'm hoping that it keeps there. I think this is the wrong, it's got to be the wrong color. Yeah, it's this color. Is it still 3? It is still 3. Cool. I'm just going to rotate it to fix the rest. Great. Then, you're going to add a pause and play mechanism. I'm going to make this a big red old... Dang it, I can't talk. It's going to be a big red button. And for, you're going to need a toggle after that, which is this. And then, I don't think that connected. Yeah, it didn't. It was the wrong way. There you go. And then you're going to need this thingy, so that once this is turned on, it switches between the frames forever. Then you're going to get this and put it on the green side. Get whatever color the frames are, paint it that color, and it will swap through the frames. As we can see here. 1, 2, 3, but it keeps going. So after it keeps going, go ahead and add this rule here with if the variable is greater than, this number will be however many frames you have. So I have 3 frames, so I'm going to set that to 3. Then we're going to have a variable setter, because that just works better, and set it back to 1. So that's the frame, so that's pausing, playing, and frame selection done. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And of course you can select them like so. Then we need to encode them. So we're going to have this here. This is going to be our this is going to be the frame number. So we're going to set this to 1. This will be the first frame. We're building the tower for the first frame. And then we're going to have this here, which is going to be the color of those ones. Is that the right color? It is. Alright, cool. And let's say that this is starting from the top, 1. The problem is, this stays turned on. One of these will have to stay turned on no matter what, unless you have something that resets it right here. But I wanted to automate that, so I had this rule. If the blue variable is larger than 0, then it'll set the blue variable to 0. All you need to do is color those two the same, and it'll be set to 0. Now, it will flicker. That's normal, don't worry about it. So then we're going to need an AND gate that connects both of these. So I made an oopsie. I was using an OR gate this entire time, which takes either one of these instead of needing both. So that was a little mistake I made. That'll be sent to an SR latch, which is a one-way thingy. So the SR latch will go there. And will be sent to an AND gate that sends a signal to that one. That also needs an AND gate to basically verify that it's on the correct frame. So get one of these, and then one of these. You're gonna get this thing. And you're going to place it right there, with an AND gate right in front of it, facing that way. So it takes an input from here and an input from here. The input that you're going to put in there is going to be from the eraser board. But you also need to color code them with colors that haven't already been used. Luckily, mine ended right at the end of a row, so I can just continue at the bottom of a row. Cool, so that's all of those set up, and then you gotta find out which one of these should erase which one of those. Look at that, turn back around, and it's that pixel. So I'm gonna do that, and it's that color. Now I gotta find that color. It's here. So then we're going to need a wireless receiver right here. That's not a receiver. A receiver. Did I eat that receiver? I did. Okay. Boom. That is that color, which will erase the pixel. But we also need this condition to be met. And that's when you build up a tower. So just go ahead and start copying all of this down. I'm going to use a zone copier because I am lazy. So this tower that I'm making right here is going to be a singular row across like that. You can make the tower as tall as you want. I just do that to, I don't know. I just feel like it's easier to access them when they're only 4 blocks tall. 4. Cool. Now let's color code them. This one comes after that one, and this one goes there. Great. And now, since that one's at the very bottom, we're going to work our way back, or work our way forward, actually, on this. That's going to be that color. Did I paint that right? Okay, I did. And this, and then this. Great. And at the top of this, you're going to take this and place it just like that. Take a, what are these called? Strut wire. And place it just like that. Get a curve. Get another curve. And place a wire like that right in between them. Cool. I think I've been using an OR gate. Yeah, so that's an OR gate instead of an AND gate. They're supposed to be AND gates. Cool. Freaking heck, man. 2. Alright, then it's an actual AND gate this time. And kaboom. Now they should get disabled. Yeah, see? So I made an oopsie. I was using an OR gate this entire time, which takes either one of these instead of needing both. So that was a little mistake I made. Anyways, so you're gonna go ahead and copy this tower. And go till it doesn't touch itself, until it doesn't intersect with any other blocks. Then you're good. Gonna set this one so it was the lowest, it ended at 4, so there's gonna be 5, nope, not 5D, not 5D. 5, 6, 7, I put the magic numbers, and 8. Then these are all gonna have to be color coded, and that's gonna have to be color coded. Oh, I guess I didn't copy the thingy up here. That's fine though. Oh, or the one over here. I'm very good at this, if you couldn't tell. Editor chicken strip, put up the definition of sarcasm. I'll color code the erasing bits later. See? 16. Alright. I'm gonna go across the row and up this column. And ending there. Great. And then we gotta color code the erasing part. Alright, now it should work just fine. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is for one singular frame. So what you're gonna do is just copy those, copy this row however many times you need, and then change this variable to whatever frame it should be. That's how you make it. And so we should have a fully working animation maker. Let's go to frame 2. You can set this to display whether it's on or off, like I did with the official version. But yeah, that's how you make an animation maker in Yeeps. Cool.